Hi, and welcome back to another Moira VOD review. Today we've got a Moira in mid gold. Not sure if this is gold 2 or gold 3. One of them. Doesn't make much of a difference. The player's wondering what more they could have done in this match. Looks like it's a pretty long match, probably has some overtime rounds. Their teammates were queued up with the other support, so as Moira says, they wouldn't criticize that other support. But yeah, we'll get into it and see what was going on. Try to find some ways that we could have played better. Um, Mention's doing more damage, and I want to kind of take a second to talk about not just stat padding on Moira. Um, More damage is great. Obviously, 10,000 damage is going to be better than 0 damage. But depends on who you're doing the damage into. If you're just like right-clicking, what's their tank? Yeah, just right-clicking Sigma the whole game to try to boost your damage numbers, that doesn't mean a ton. So less damage on squishies or to confirm kills is going to mean more than just a big damage number. But we'll see if that's even an issue at all.
On second thought, that might have been a dream I had.
Dorado's a kind of fun map to play as Moira. There's some interesting jumps. They're tough to land, but are pretty rewarding when you hit them. They're all to like access these high grounds here. So. Okay, yeah, your start's already pretty tough. Um, gravity takes you down. So if you start high ground, like if you stand here or here or here initially, you always have the option to drop to where you are, which is like wide open in the middle. So be mindful of where you start, and that's one of the reasons why kind of starting up here could be pretty solid. I'll a lot of times start here and throw my first orb against this wall, try to bounce it towards their spawn. Um, but yeah, if your queen's holding close, I kind of get the temptation to hold right here with your queen, but you should probably be like at this high ground to healer or here, and then be able to right click these enemies as they approach. And yeah, so you're just forced out of there. You haven't had much of an impact. The other team has gotten a really advantageous position and was able to push in because you didn't do much to take space. Like you didn't hold an angle. Obviously, like your teammates didn't play perfect, but we're not talking about your teammates. You just like slowly kept backing up, and it gave their team a ton of space to work with. Um, and part of that too comes from like non-aggression. Here, your Emre, where is it? Your Emre has a heal orb on him from Zen, so you don't really need to be healing him a ton. Like here, had you been high, like you create an angle, to the top right or to the top left. Maybe you're on that red building where your queen is, and you're able to play with her and really wreak some havoc back there. But yeah, y'all are just backing up and giving space. So the other team just collapses on you. At this point, there's nothing you can do to save this end. And now there's probably nothing you can do to save yourself. You're gonna get cleaned up. You might be able to fade out of this. Yeah. So I think a lot of that started from just a bad start spot. Um, and then giving up a ton of free space. Oh, good orb. This recontest is tough because you have to walk through this pretty narrow hallway, and they're all going to be spamming it. It's doable, but your Zen dies in the hallway. Eh. Yeah, one where that recontest just wasn't going to happen. Um, it's best if you can. Again, you're solo queuing, so you can't coordinate this. But if one of you could like push a different hallway, so not all the spam damage is coming down this, because they're just gonna turn, you know, they're pushing the cart, they're just gonna turn to their left and shoot for free. Like, it's tough. Like I said, tough retest. You probably get cleaned up here again. Don't walk away with your back turned. You know that Echo is going to be pushing. Like, turn around and try to right click her. There you go. You should have probably been turned around the whole time there. And just backpedaling. Escort your Zen out. Yeah, if you're trying to bail on this, fade out, get the corner, and then just escort your Zen. You know he's slow. So yeah, then, you know, he's now down, so you're in a 4v5, and your tank is probably going to engage this, not realizing that the Zen is down, and then your tank's going to stagger, and Zen's going to show back up, and this is how you get stuck in one of those loops. Okay, your tank is slow. That's good. And another thing, going back to start points, once you're out and your Zen dies, this kind of went through my head. I wanted to see if you'd rotate high ground immediately, either this way or like over here. This probably doesn't work as well, but this is kind of the issue you had on first point, where you're low in the middle of the open, no real map control at all. So if they go up and claim the high ground catwalks, y'all are just fish in a barrel. I mean, imagine a situation where, you know, their team controls this space and inside this church, and then, I don't know, the Emre is here. Like, y'all are gonna get cooked. So I usually go for like this high ground control, and you can heal anyone that's here if like that's a concern. There's no reason to push all the way up. And if you get forced out, you just get forced out and you drop. And that's okay. But at least trying to claim that space. What you do in between fights is just as important as what you do during fights, oftentimes. And rotating to good positions and thinking about where the enemies are going to engage is a good idea. Yeah, like, you just stood around and waited until the enemy's shown up, not taking an angle, and then you're like once the BAP shows up and is healing the soldier here, I'm done thinking about him. The BAP's got him. And you waste an orb. I went way too far back. Like, you'll see what I mean. Like, here, okay, yeah, you should heal him. And now you should stop. And then, yeah, you're eating spam damage because of the angle, but we already talked about that. I mean, even a simpler rotation would be through here. Look at this. They're coming on this angle now. Had you owned the space, you'd at least be able to slow him down. If not, force him out entirely with, like, bouncing a heal orb up and down and then just holding right click on him. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yes, force him out. Feel free to fade and then call this. Really make sure you aim towards your BAP. I feel like you knew he was low, and we're like, oh, I'm healing him, but you never turned the entire way to actually heal the guy. Yeah, once they get point, I need to fade in, but I kind of get trying to get there. Yeah, I just kind of sitting here thinking about it, here in this in-between fight. My biggest concern is that I haven't seen you hold any angle other than main. And I get DPS Moira is a whole stereotype and whatnot, but you don't have to go on wild flanks to, like, stand here or stand here. And you're just at this very light off angle. So you're not taking spam damage. You can distract, maybe, you know, pull a little attention and then fade out. But you're kind of waiting on your team to make something happen. And then, yeah, I would pull this. Would pull right now. Good job. There you go. Good timing. Just right click the stick here. He should die. Slowly. But surely. There we go. Go to your queen. There was a Weaver still alive, and she's trying to kill him. Back her up. So y'all get him. Go. Especially now. Go now. You take that hit, go. Yeah, it's like you're scared to leave, mate. Like, I would like to see you here just holding this doorway. The Echo shows up. If you have your cooldowns, you have Heal Orb, you have Fade, could you just walk over here? Shoot you with the mines, the sticky mines, you can fade the sticky mines. You can Heal Orb yourself. That's a duel you can win. And if she is not able to come through this door and shoot your team for free, that's a W. You just force her out. Hold this angle. Do whatever you want. So those little things are probably going to help you. Yeah, see, she's able to come in and just shoot for free. There it is. If you're there, you could probably get through that. Instead, the Echo gets your Bastion when he's trying to take an angle. Yeah, fade that ult. I don't fully understand how that ult works, but I know it does a lot of damage. So I just get out of it. I'll get a damage orb there. Queen wasn't low. Fade out. Your team's kind of screwed anyway, but you had fade up, so. Alright, now y'all have a tough recontest. Your Bat gets the window out before he dies. You just need to heal. Try to get your queen able to get to point. Yeah, they just had y'all run over. But I guess here in the interim, you're just not anywhere except main. Try to get a little more creative with those angles. You're gonna find more impactful damage, more impactful distraction. We'll see if you get a little more creative here. And like, how's this real quick? You're in gold right now. The enemies, like, gold players are good. They know the maps. They know all the heroes. They know all the heroes' abilities. They're able to listen to sound cues. But they're not the best in the world. And you can really use this as a time to experiment with fun angles. Like, if you see an angle and you want to go for it, even if you feed a little bit, like, your teammates are going to be mad, but you might learn something. You might get away with something. You might be able to take a duel that you didn't realize you could take. So I would definitely encourage, like, going for some of those plays that cross your mind. Don't force them. Don't go insane. But just incorporate it a little bit. Okay. Your Bastion, I don't know what his plan was there, but he had a plan. Honestly, good heals. Just trying to get your Sigma to take space. I know it's still down main, but I'm okay with this. An alternate fun route that I like to take in this map, just to show this, I don't necessarily think you should have done this at all. Especially if the other team is holding this high ground, and you cannot force them off of it, and you just feel like you're getting blasted every time you walk out of spawn. Go out this door, walk this way, go up here, up here. It's a bit of a long rotation, but it can work, especially if you get a teammate to go with you. You can force them off high ground that way, but you're not having that problem. Just kind of wanted to show that while we're here. Yeah, you gotta heal your sig. Echo's on an angle now. Maybe why you walk that forward. Oh god. You're out of heal juice. Find some right clicks. There you go. Turn around and shoot her. You're out of heals. You're not gonna help this guy anyway. Turn around and shoot the Echo and get your heal juice. She's gonna kill him. She's gonna kill him straight up. But you could at least get your heals back and maybe force her out. Yeah, there we go. So finally force that Echo out. I would get off the cart. It looks like Soldier's gonna be willing to push this. Alright, he rotated. Deals. I would get off main here. I would go to the staircase. Moira's really good into Echo. If you're able to take this duel, take it 100% of the time. This Echo is kind of owning your team, and you're not doing a ton about it. So, like, Moira pretty much wins that 1v1 every time if you have your cooldowns up. Because you can just fade her stickies. She starts landing a couple shots on you, you bounce a heal orb around yourself, you're going to be totally fine. And the Echo is going to die. So I'm not seeing you do anything to help your team with this Echo. Realistically, Bastion, I know he's up here and he feeds to the Echo, and I think Soldier fed in the same place, but they're trying to take this high ground, which would be really helpful. And if they had a support up here with them, proactive trying to take this high ground, they probably don't die to this Echo. They probably kill the Echo. So, like, you've had other teammates that look like they were willing to push cart. I would have come up here and started to claim this. You can still, again, heal your Sig from here. You can heal these guys from here. You're with them. There's no reason to not be here. Wait till your DPS are back, and then I would Coalescence. Or, yeah, just don't call. Please don't call. Let them win this fight. I think you might be dead. Yeah. Hopefully your Bastion doesn't die to the Echo again here. I can see it happening. Oh no. No, Bastion, no. There again, like, you're pumping out heal juice because you know your soldier's low, but your aim is just not on him. Put a little bit more mindfulness into actually putting, it's right here. Like, you're wasting, what, a third, maybe almost half of your resources? And then an orb into the ground, like, make sure you're actually on him. There again. Now you're out of resources. This is good. You can coal this. Y'all are, you're down your tank, but you're up one. I would definitely consider coaling this. Alright, not now. Not now that Lou's dead. Maybe now, though. You go help your Bastion. Help your Bastion. Call him. Call him. Call. Coalescence. Coalescence. No. Okay, y'all win. Whew. Notice I still haven't seen you off of main once this whole game. What you do, again, in between fights can be as important as what you do during fights. Set up here. You got 3 on cart. The rule for pushing cart is if you can take the cart from where it's at and get the point without the other team touching, you put 3 on. Okay? If you think we can actually full cap, the other team won't touch, get on cart. If the other team will have a touch, it is better to set up on angles. And try to win the next fight. Because you know you're going to have another fight here. There's no way this cart's getting all the way there. Yeah, I would like to see you set up here. And maybe even annoying these people right now. If they push you, you just take the corner. Like, you don't have to come all the way out in the middle. Just chilling. Another rotation is you could have come back around here. I don't think we knew the Echo is here. Obviously we know now because it's 3 play, but trying to rotate to this high ground is useful. I think you can also make that jump. No, you can't. You need long fade. You need the fade perk, but you can jump from the cart up there with the fade perk. Okay, you now know the Echo's there. I would call into her. And him. Yeah, kill the Echo. Alright, your team has lost this fight. Once you're down 2, I pretty much consider the team fight lost, unless, like, someone pops off a good ult. So here I'm just kind of in back out mode. Yeah. Do not go out there and stagger. Good job. Yep, you can hang out. I wouldn't want to go get destroyed either. So nice. Don't need to be the last one out the door there. You're not Ana. I would go here and look to Cole from high ground. It's like off-road. This is what comes to mind. I would go right here. And ideally that Echo that's hanging out over there is going to engage on you. Kill her. I would have chased that down and killed her. Definitely Cole here. Feel way more free to use your Coalescence in these situations. Just like Coalescence goes through this ult. So yeah, this guy here, Coalescence goes through it. If your teammates are in trouble or you don't want to go inside it, because like it'll eat your heal orbs and your damage orbs, but not your ultimate. So just let them know. Oh, I wanted to see you land on the high ground. I would have been so pumped. You would have been off main. Yeah, I think y'all won that fight if you Coalescence earlier. Now it's too late. You're down, guys. Maybe your Sigma clutches this. Maybe. Heal Sigma. Heal Sigma. Yeah, your Sigma's better. He ulted too late. Yeah, I think y'all win that fight and cap the point. Straight up, if you Coalescence earlier. You don't want to Coalescence when you're down a lot of guys, unless someone's going for a play. And you kind of help them out. It's too late. Alright, you should hear that echo. You should be looking for her in the sky. You know the echo's around. I don't know where she is, but yeah.
Moira.
How do y'all cap this point? Maid's in an ice block. You can't, like, you can't heal her. So, when she's out of the ice block, you can heal her. I don't know if you know that or not, but, like, she, yeah, self-heals in the ice block, so once she's there, you're just wasting resources. Good kill. Turn and heal. Bait it. Yeah, good job. That was risky. Normally I would have said that rotation's okay, but here, like, you gotta stay in it. Do as much as you can since it's the last fight. Like, man, you've got the god tier fade perk. Use it. Like here. Or here. Or something. I mean, you can go anywhere on this point. Anywhere at all. And you've had the ability to go anywhere at all on this point. Because you can... I think you can jump all these... you can't jump here. But I think you can jump all these other surfaces. So, would love to see you open up the map a little more. But, team's gonna win this, and your team's gonna get the point. So, it works out. Yeah, I'd be off point right now. I would be so gone. I like here setting up where soldier is. I like controlling this high ground if I can. The other way you can rotate is, even with base fade, you can jump up here, but with the fade perk, this is a super easy jump to make. So you can come up here. Usually, if you're going to make this play, you want to wait until their team's out of spawn. Otherwise, their team is just going to see you as they're walking out of spawn and shoot you. So you kind of wait a second. They start coming out. You can come up here and start annoying the people in the back. Things go bad. You drop down. There's a mega. You're going to be fine. But yeah, I would be so far off point right now. Probably where the soldier is. Yeah, imagine if you were here. Not even at the high ground. If you were just here with your tank. Echo's dead. Like, you just follow up on that damage and she's dead. But way too much waiting around and not enough taking good angles. Heal to get that 2% to coalescence and then call. Alright, well, don't call now. As you've been a little bit more aggressive, you would have gotten a little bit more healing and damage done. You would have gotten your coal quicker. You probably saved Sigma. I feel like at some point you learn to bounce your orbs up and down on the ground. I've seen this, like, I don't know, this might be the third time, might be the fourth time. Bouncing your orbs up and down on the ground is, like, really good in spaces like this, where it's flat ceiling, pretty short, so the orb is always attached to you. But I've seen you just, like, in the wide open. I think it's the next orb. You, like, bounce heal orbs off the ground and don't get anything out of them. That one actually sucks you a little bit, but... it just kind of feels like you panic and just bounce an orb on the ground. Alright, you've got Coalescence. Pretty important that you use it well here. Yep. Want to make sure you can escort your team to the point. I call this. Yes, there we go. Good call. Chase the Echo down. Okay, well, May got her. So, yeah, I would hold closer to spawn. They've got another touch. Right? They do not. Nice. Issue is the other team, you know, they've got so much time that in these overtime rounds it's going to be difficult. I forget I can do this. You can actually press tab and look at stats. So yeah, in 14 and a half minutes, you have 5,700 damage and about almost 14,000 heals. In a gold game, probably be like 10k damage. I'd like to see just like way more aggression. It would be easy to get to if you took better angles, especially setting up in between fights. And it's not just about the damage; it's about Echo paying attention to you and Echo not paying attention to your Bastion, because Echo can win that duel against your Bastion, but not against you. For all the like, yeah, Bastion's died 14 times, which sucks and it's hard to win those games, but he's also been trying to take angles, which is a good thing, and hasn't had any support because his supports don't play angles. You're playing behind cart. And he's got to take those angles to try to shut down Echo and actually be effective. Yeah, see, like, go over there and play with him. Like, you totally can, and he probably lives that. I feel like so often, because that wasn't even an aggressive play by your Bastion, but so often Overwatch players will see someone that's trying to take an angle. That person will die. They'll be like, oh, why were you off by yourself and not with the team? But as you rank up, holding and taking space is really important, and people don't always play as a team. Is there, you know, especially like watch a Masters game. Those people aren't playing in a death ball. They're all spread out. They're all taking map control. Um, so feel free to like, yeah, go play with those guys. See if you can help them on their angles. Yeah, here you just gotta heal your tank. He's probably dead. Yeah, too much damage coming down. You've got one more fight. You need to die quick, or leave, or leave. You can't stagger. Yeah, that was on you. Their Echo goes down. Yeah, they just kind of got this one. Oh, they don't. I lied. The soldier coming in clutch. This is the one time I say, yeah, you should stay cart. You should sit right here. I mean, there's only a couple y'all up, and if you don't trust the soldier to stay, like, fine with that. In high relos, you'll hear a term called like an anchor in these situations. So your anchoring point. And yeah, they communicate that if you're 5 stacked or whatever, you know, playing in some tournament. But in a gold solo queue game, you're not going to be able to communicate that. So feel free to be that anchor in overtime situations. I don't like playing card a ton, but here you do have that survivability, and you do have to keep someone on card or the game's over. So anchoring is fine. Yeah, I feel like sometimes you just do things that heal people, but not in the direction that heals them. If that makes any sense at all. Like the Sojo in there, you kind of missed a lot of heals on her, and then threw a heal orb in her direction, but not actually into her. Same with that. Can a heal orb? Wait. I thought you were wrong. How did that happen? You were barely too late. That's disappointing. Good attempt to get back on. Honestly, you pushed this far enough to give yourselves a chance. $4 minutes is a lot of minutes, though. I won't go into the start spot monologue, but insert start spot monologue here. Yeah. Okay. Keep Bastion up. Nothing's kind of happening. I mean, I could talk about creating angles more, but during that entire downtime, I think you should have taken an angle at some point. Just set up. Like, you don't have to go crazy in their spawn, but yeah, you just die down mid. That's probably GG's. So, yeah, I don't think y'all are gonna get a good recontest, especially Zen staggering. It's gonna hurt. And this recontest point can be so tough. You're gonna have to fade onto it. Maybe fade onto it or y'all don't touch. Granted, I don't think it'll matter. Good touch. Yeah, that's it. I just had so much time there in OT. But yeah, the stuff I would say to work on is just use more of the map. You don't use a ton of the map. I never, one time, really saw you take an angle off of main. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to be some wild flank Moira, but something. Let me leave that and go back into it, because for some reason I kind of self-flop. Like, if I go to any point in this game, you're just out, man. Here. Here. They're all kind of randomly selected points, and you're down main in all of them. But, yeah, if you implement that, you seem to have a knowledge of the game. You know, again, what's going on. You have decent fade control, decent enough fade control. I didn't see just god-awful fades. You smacked your face on a wall a couple times, but I smack my face on walls all the time, so that's not a huge deal. Yeah, I mean, I think you'll climb. You've definitely got a shot at it if you just get more creative. Hope the grind goes well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Always down to help out or clarify if you need anything. But yeah, peace. Good luck on your comp games.